Yo, what's going on?
So excited. Hello.
Mistaken. We should be live.
Since we're live, we are live.
Yay!
Yay.
Hello,
Oh, yeah.
peoples.
We did it.
I feel like it's been too long.
It really has.
Way too damn long. So, as you can tell, we've
Hold on a
had some
second.
changes happen with the joint committee. Taking us a minute to kind of reorient. To get
How we doing, everybody?
But we're getting.
Hold on. It says, where's my string set reconstruction? So we need to change that real quick.
And once I get into ground control, I should be able to.
Cool. We appreciate those of you who have hung out and kind of waited for us to come back over all this. We've had a couple fun weeks here rebuilding the set and getting everything kind of set up for you guys.
Yeah, we got you here.
There we go. Everything is muted on my end now, finally.
I gotta go grab my technical device so I can
Alright.
listen. And yeah.
So
Yeah, because we'll have to change it to whatever. If it's just chatting site reconstruction.
Do that right now.
Whoa. Thank you for joining us.
Amber, exactly. We're in the SRN, right? SRN.
Yeah, SKRN. Yep.
So Karen's classmate.
Always a great place.
It looks awesome here.
Yes, I really like the way that we
The
Agreed.
citizens of Slothmere did a really good job at building this in.
Yeah,
I
they
would
built
have
a
to
really
say.
great inn for us.
So,
It's a it's because we're gonna save their town, I assume. That's why they're building this for us.
exactly.
sure.
Or are we just
Some
gonna?
sort of hero-ish arc,
We might
like
just
her.
pillage the town. Who knows? But
We'll find out.
maybe.
Yeah, we'll find out. One way or not.
oh,
Right, so,
put this to chat.
Just to give like a super quick recap. So far, you guys.
Oh, you need to turn up your mic. It's very quiet compared to us too.
How's that? Check.
I'm hoping that it's better.
I'm hoping it's better.
Cool.
So
Cool. That's good.
more.
More.
Here,
Do I need to go? I might need to go.
Bullshit, hold on. Let's see if that's
Tony.
Tony!
better.
Tony.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, we're
We are. We're doing pretty good. So appreciate your support.
Yes.
100%.
We're so stoked.
Oh,
How do I sound, Amber?
we sound better.
Yeah, the nice thing is now that we
Higher.
I will max that out and we'll see how that goes. And if I need to, I'll just have to step behind and
I would say I can always just go around.
But yeah, now we're actually like looking at each other too,
Yeah.
which is really great. The other thing I can also do is just fucking talk louder.
Yeah.
You know, that
That
would
might be a
probably,
thing.
That might be the other part of it, is I was just being quiet for whatever stupid fucking reason.
Everything we do.
So, the other big thing, of course, that I'll just throw out there is that I just had dental surgery, like pretty extensive dental surgery. And so for the past
Turn yours
month,
down a bit. please.
I've just been like really, like just kind of in pain. It's been really hard to
Hopefully
talk.
that's better.
And so I think, now that we have things set up, now that I'm more comfortable, now that you guys are more comfortable, I think things are going to go a lot better.
Mhm.
Absolutely.
So, last time we were here, well,
It
I
was
should say,
A month ago.
we've
Yeah.
never been here, wherever here is,
Yeah.
this undisclosed
This-
location.
This tavern.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's where our inn, wherever it happens. happens to be in the
Yep.
multiverse at the moment. But last time we were in the Asrarian, you guys were in this cave, the scriptorium of the Circle of the Moon Druids.
Yes.
And you found some dead druids, or a dead druid.
According to the note that was poorly taken.
It was, I do remember that it was specifically somebody you did not have an emotional connection to.
Yeah.
So you didn't really, you cared.
I care because
But you didn't.
I have a moral obligation
Exactly.
to care,
You have
but
a
I
moral
didn't really give a
right,
fuck.
exactly. So,
Yes, previously.
Yeah, on the joint committee.
previously. So, you guys were working your way through this cave, just trying to figure out exactly what happened. You came across a giant boa constrictor,
Karen.
Kara.
and you were
She's
able
in her
to,
rapid era.
yeah, you were able to convince this constrictor snake that if it went with you, that you were food, and that it was going to live an easier life with you than it had in the wild. And so for now, it was like, all right, cool, let's do it. And then you beast bonded with it
I did.
when you went out to rest,
Mm-hmm.
which kind of cements the relationship. What it does, it also gives a psychic connection for a day. I think it's like 24 hours.
Yeah.
So you can like
Yeah,
kind
I mean,
of give the snake orders a bit, like tell it what to do a little, but whether it actually listens or not,
It's kind of like
you know.
depends on how bestie we are.
Right, exactly. And how much your orders put it in danger.
Yeah.
Because like
I wouldn't listen to me either then, honestly.
exactly. So, you know, yeah. You can tell this thing to jump off a cliff, it's gonna be like, no, I don't think so. So then as you move through the cave a bit more, you found a giant centipede.
Yep.
And
It's
before anybody was severely poisoned, you were able to kill it.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
Moving forward a bit more, you found. Oh, I almost forgot about the dark mantle that came down from the sea. Umbrella thing, whatever that was trying to kill you guys.
Fucking terrifying.
That was pretty cool.
That was scary.
The darkness, the dark.
The dark one.
Yeah.
So once you got through that,
It's always
that's
something
when
we're
you found
fighting.
the giant centipede.
Yes.
Yes. And so once you dispatch that, you move through the cave a little bit further. You have a fork in the cave. You decided to go left when you could have went either left or right. And that brought you to what seemed to be like this giant badger fighting with
Yeah.
two giant weasels.
I remember that now. Okay.
And when we actually ended last time, you guys had killed the weasels.
Yeah, because I
And you were
want the
trying
badger.
to
I want the
convince-
badger
yeah,
to be
you were
our
trying
friend
to
because
convince
then
the
we're at
badger.
Hogwarts, basically. I do remember
Convince the
that.
badger to come with you, but before you were able to, it like went to dig down into the earth, right, to get away from the weasels. But then like you guys killed the weasels, so it came back because this is like its habitat,
Yeah.
and you guys are like literally in combat with this badger. But it's not your intent to kill this badger, right?
Not if we
No,
don't
I
have
want
to.
it. I want it to be my friend.
Yeah.
So, as it emerges from the ground, what does Oki say in that moment to try and get it to stop?
Insert T Swift reference.
Right. Insert T-Swift reference. Like, why can't we be friends?
Why can't
We be friends. Why can't we be friends?
Actually, you know what? I think I'm gonna go with. You need to calm down. You're being too loud.
All right, I'll give you a +2 on that. Go ahead and roll. It's gonna be. I'll allow like animal handling
Okay.
Good.
because I'm pretty sure that's like better than all of your social stats.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
17.
17.
Yeah, so I rolled
Alright.
on there and not
So
there.
now I'm gonna roll for this badger, and it's gonna make like a charisma save to try and like resist what you're saying.
Okay.
So as this thing kind of pops up out of the ground and goes to attack you, Oki's like, "You're being too loud right now." And Badger just kind of stops and realizes that you're like speaking its language.
Yeah.
What you? Is what it says in response. It does not seem to be attacking at the moment.
Bestie?
What that?
Friendship bracelet. Let's be friends.
No friend, only Badger.
No, see, we're gonna be friends. And friends means I'm gonna help you and you're gonna help me.
So, don't you have the friends cantrip?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Would Oki cast it?
I do have the
At that
power of
moment?
friendship, probably.
So, what does that entail? I think I would have to make a save.
Friends. Oops. Friends. There we go. You magically may a sense of friendship toward one creature you can see within range. A target must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or have the charmed condition for the duration. The target succeeds automatically if it isn't a humanoid, if you're fighting it, or if you have cast
Wait,
the
if
spell.
it isn't a humanoid?
Yeah.
It's definitely not a humanoid. It's
Right.
a beast.
And then if you have cast a spell on it within the past 24 hours.
Okay, so it would not work on beasts
Okay.
because it only works on humanoids.
Is a humanoid. Okay.
So
Then we're
Yes,
gonna
I'm pretty sure you have an alt-
instead we'll do animal friendship.
there you go. That
We're gonna target a beast that I can see within
Is
range.
that a first level spell?
It is.
Okay.
And it lasts for 24 hours. Wisdom 13 it says.
All right. So I have to make a wisdom saving throw. Now we've mentioned cantrips and first level spells.
Okay.
So the difference for people that are watching is cantrips. You can basically spam those as much as you want. You have unlimited casting of
They
those
move
every
Sally.
single day. First level spells, as you level up, you gain first level, second level, third level spells, etc. Right? And the higher level the spell is, the more powerful it is, the more versatile it is, etc. etc. As you level up, you gain spell slots that are able to cast those certain spell levels a certain number of times per day. And so at this level, how many first level spell slots does Oki have?
4.
So there you go. So 1 out of your 4 is going to be gone.
Yep.
Because you cast Beast Bond on Carrie.
Yep.
Right? So this would be your second of 4 for the day.
Yes.
All right. So I have to make a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, you do. Lucky 13.
I don't know if it's lucky, but
Luckily, he has -1 because I literally rolled a 13.
Okay, good.
Okay, so for him, 13 is an unlucky number
Yeah,
because that
exactly.
makes it a 12. And so he looks up at you and he says, "Eat that?"
No, we'll find something else for you to eat.
Dangling the friendship bracelet out at her.
No, we'll find something else for you to eat. You wear this. And I put it on its little paw.
It's not little.
Well,
Remember,
like
this thing is
little. Like
so
it's as big as me, I assume.
it would be like a decent sized dog, like a
Okay.
Rottweiler sized
Yeah.
badger.
Yeah.
That's terrible.
I'll put it on. I'll put it on.
That'd be horrifying.
It would
See
be.
that thing come running at you in the fucking darkness.
Yeah.
Hey, that's why we're putting a friendship bracelet on them so they know that we're friends.
So at that point, I mean, you're out of combat, obviously. This thing is kind of with you. Karen is not does not seem super happy.
It's gonna suck to suck, Karen. You just got centipede armor. Why are you bitching?
Oh my god, I forgot. I totally forgot you did that. You took the centipedes thing and made armor for your damn snake.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, that's right. So, you guys, at that point, let me get the map pulled up here.
Something's never changed.
Good sir.
So, hopefully, what we want to do is I got to get my GM screen like set up like right here, so that I'm not looking down constantly when I'm doing this. So.
Work in progress. Work in progress.
Exactly. Yeah. We were kind of scrambling today, but we definitely like. So we put a lot of work into the wall behind those guys. That thing took a while. We made that by hand.
Yes, we did.
So that's all us.
1000%. We did all of that.
We got some creative people up in here, and thank God for YouTube.
Yeah.
True that.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah, you can pretty much find anything on YouTube, luckily.
Including us at jointcommittee.tv.
Yeah.
Get that battle map. So while he's pulling that all up, we're always bad at introductions, so we should always run through and do some introductions.
Yeah, we could probably reintroduce it.
So, for anyone that's just joining us for the first time, my name is Rob. I play Gorthan. I'm a fighter who's really confused and is learning about magic. I also run a fun place called Printed to Order. We do lots of cool 3D printed stuff, all that. Oh, yes, I am a warlock fighter. That's true. That is very true. But kind of what I was saying, I 3D print a lot of cool stuff, like that deck box, like this caravan, like this cool little dude over here, like the lantern, all that kind of stuff. If you like Robin, if you like any of that kind of stuff, hit me up on TikTok, Instagram, all the socials at Printed to Order. This lovely little fidget spinner. Hit me up on there. I also have been doing 3D modeling and CAD modeling for over 10 years, so I can design just about anything. So if you want a custom tabletop piece, hit me up. We'll design some cool shit together.
And not for any spoilers, but for some spoilers. And speaking of things that he can just make, he made this custom
Deck box. That holds.
That holds these trading cards that I made of Oki and Gorthan.
Oh my god.
What?
You're a lion
right
now. Oh yeah. I forgot about that too.
So you would have had to come that in order to talk to the
fucking bitch. Do I for real?
Yeah, because you can't cast spells.
Not yet.
When you're changed, right?
I think I can.
Which ones? Because I think it's just the ones for your circle of the moon. Which animal friendship might be one.
I said it's gonna be one.
Not be surprised.
Let's see.
Never. We're infallible here at the Joint Committee.
Exactly. It can't be possible.
Oh.
That's where I put Oki's other tokens so I would know what's going on there. Oki's a lion. I have Oki way off to the side, and then there's a fucking lion token like right in the middle of everything, you guys.
Yeah.
So we're fighting a lion, is what you're saying?
Oh my god, there's a lion in this random cave.
Right.
Where did it come from?
Ah, surprise lion!
Okay, you guys have the spectator map pulled up?
I do.
Okay.
I don't. Hold
So
on.
you can at least see what I see.
Yes.
I got the section started.
I got it.
Sorry to chat. You're not gonna be able to see it this time, but
We're working
we
on
got
stuff.
you, don't worry. Yeah, it's all work in progress. We're gonna have overlays changed over and stuff, so
I didn't think about that.
it's all good. I mean, I could actually we could give out the number and people can spectate
Yeah, if they really
if
want
they
to.
really want to, but if anybody wants to
Here,
actually see
I can
the
go
battle
put.
map, just
I'll
let us know.
I'll post it in chat.
There you go.
Awesome. And
Yeah,
just
if you
just
click
for
on that link, you'll
funsies,
be able to follow the battle map.
Yep.
wild
If I can
shape
get Twitch to work, because Twitch.
rules while wild shape shifted.
Mhm.
You retain your personality, memories, and ability to speak. When you assume a wild shape form, you gain
Wait, and ability to speak?
and ability to speak.
Okay, well then, they must have changed that in the rules book. It could be an old one you could not speak when you were in wild shape. That is good.
You retain your skill in saving throws. And use your proficiency bonus for them. Gain any proficiencies of the creature. Okay, I can't cast spells, but shape shifting doesn't break my concentration.
Okay, gotcha. So you would have to shapeshift out to cast animal friendship.
Okay.
Okay. And I can take the lion and just kind of move that one off to the side.
Yeah.
And hopefully back in there. Oh, and then we also need to move your, I think this is your raven.
Yes.
I have a very small screen on it that I'm using right now.
Robin, Miss Robin the Raven.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna kind of group you guys up. What's your, can you can move yourselves on there?
We should be
Yeah,
able to.
you
Yep.
should be able
Can you
to.
put yourselves in like a marching order group, like the way you would be walking?
So, is she still in lion form?
No,
No,
No.
I talked to the badger.
Okay.
I moved the lion out
I was just
Okay.
it just updated on mine.
So it'd be you and
I don't see Oki. Can you move her? Where's her token?
Oh, I'm sorry. There you go. My bad.
So maybe
Should be good to go.
then I'll go first. Have maybe Karen behind me.
Okay.
yep.
Then Oki and her tribe of animals
Yeah,
behind her.
menagerie.
Yep.
You want the badger up front?
Yeah, the badger up with Karen and me.
Yep.
Okay.
And let's just trudge on forward.
Cool. So that kind of gives me, I can group you guys up. So that's a little easier. All right. So as you can see in front of you, you have kind of two paths. That being said, let me reveal a little bit more here. I think you'll be able to see more where you're at. Okay. Should be updated. A little bit more revealed.
Yep. I don't know which way you're thinking.
So kind of left or so west or north?
I think we go north.
Yeah.
North.
North.
Okay. So we select all of these. And move you up this way. You're safe, don't worry. I wouldn't move you into danger without
Cool.
at least giving you like a perception check or something first. So you don't
So
gotta worry
link
about
doesn't
me being
work.
like, okay, cool. I put you right in the perfect camera
Awesome.
position.
Gotta love that links don't want to work.
What? No, it's not that it doesn't work, it's that it doesn't.
Mm.
That's even worse. Yeah.
Mm.
What the hell?
Thank you all. Thank you so much for all of your help.
Oh, I think you have to be signed in. And
Oh, yes.
you have to be signed
Never
in.
mind.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Never mind. Forget about the link. Why would it be that easy for us?
Mm.
Here, can I just delete my chat? Because I'm an admin. Is that something you'll let me do?
Okay. So as you can tell, when you go north, it kind of moves back to the east.
Okay.
Really weird that they allow for spectators, but then you still have to be signed
We signed in part of the campaign. Yeah.
Seems like a major oversight.
It does.
Just a cheat.
Right.
We only use it. Anyway.
Okay, so like I said, as you can see, the path kind of loops back to the east.
Okay.
And so I kind of revealed a little bit more. So really, you're kind of at the same impasse as before. Do you go west or do you go north?
I think we just need to keep trenching them further.
Yep.
So just keep heading north.
North.
North?
Yep.
Hey. You guys right there. And you, so you can pan up to the northeast a little bit. You can see yourselves.
Yep.
There is a further path that goes kind of northeast. And I'll also reveal there's another path that goes west, and it also opens up to the north. So, for the people at home that can't see, what the characters are looking at is a cave that goes, like, they can go to the west, they can go to the north, they can go to the northeast, or they can go to the northwest now. So it's opening up in even more directions.
What do you think?
Some of that, if you want, actually go ahead and make
Perception?
a perception check.
Okay.
But this is more just like to kind of keep the layout in your head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like for your character.
17.
Excellent.
Oh God. Not good at all.
So it's not necessarily that
8.
you're not like perceiving anything actively right now. So your passive perception. What's your perception rating? Skill rating. +2 or +3 or something.
My perception is +5.
Okay, so then your passive perception
It's
is
15.
15, right? So anytime I'm saying that you're not actively perceiving something, you can both roll, but you can take your passive perception better,
Okay.
basically.
Cool.
So like, Oki is pretty good at navigating in caves and
Right.
things like that. So it makes sense that she wouldn't get turned around very easily. Like this.
Okay. Yeah.
So, given that, I'm going to reveal a bit more because I want you guys to know that this whole thing kind of loops back in on itself. If you go to the north, if you go to the northeast, it's going to kind of loop back in on itself and bring you back to an area where before, when you could just go east, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, there's some sounds coming from that way. If you went the other way, right? It loops right back to that same spot. So it's going to end up going south.
Let's head that way.
Go look.
Let's go look.
All right.
Let's go fuck some shit up.
Yep. Combat. I'm ready for combat.
Little Miss Combat ready over here.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So as you go to the northeast, make a perception. And this is an active perception check, so passive doesn't count.
23.
Excellent.
10.
But luckily, Oki is like on her sheet. Yeah, Oki is paying fucking attention. And so this, as you start moving into this space, you realize that there's like an unusual wind. Right? And it's just like, it just feels off, right? Hold on. This is just the result of your perception.
Okay.
You roll really well.
Yeah.
So as soon as you start walking northeast, Oki feels that the air is just slightly off, right? Like you know that there's no other entrances or major exits in this cave system as far as you remember.
As far as you
Or-
remember.
So like a draft coming from an odd location is gonna like she's gonna pick up on
Nah,
it,
shit.
right?
Okay.
So as you walk into this space, I'm going to put Obi and Gorthan in front. Well, Gorthan in front because you'd be walking this direction. So I'm gonna kind of flip your marching order a little bit.
How dare you?
But before this thing, whatever it is, has a chance to like get the jump on you, Oki's able to spot its form, right? And the reason why it's hard to see is because, as I've revealed, there's a dust method in this space.
Oh no.
Okay. Right off the bat, Oki, go ahead and make a nature check.
Okay. Can I use inspiration?
You do have the beginning inspiration, yes. Unfortunately, unless you kept track of who had the other, like, extra inspiration,
Actually, I did.
there you go. I cannot remember who had, like,
That's why
extra
she takes
inspiration
notes.
Because, like, every session you start with one inspiration automatically, and then if you do cool shit, if your GM is awesome, they'll give you extra inspiration.
I know that I have. It was me that had it because of what I pulled out earlier.
Okay, yeah.
So-
Cool. So you don't want to use that one first, obviously. You want to use your start of session one.
Right.
Mhm.
So,
Because this is a short session, I'm gonna tell you though, this will be the one for this session and next session.
Ooh.
So next session, at the beginning of the session, you're not just gonna automatically get inspiration because this is such a short session.
What do you want to do?
So use it if you want to.
man, I rolled a goddamn 4, and my nature is +4.
Can I make an H or a survival?
You do not see this thing.
Oh yeah, I don't see it.
You have not seen this thing, unfortunately. So it's up to you. You can use your inspiration and roll again and pick the better of the two result.
I'm gonna
or
take
you
my
can-
chances.
All right, so you got an 8.
Yep.
All right, so you know this thing is an elemental, right?
Okay.
And you're pretty sure these things are, in a simple word, evil. They're not. They're out for fucking with people and causing mischief and just
Love
doing
that.
bad deeds.
Lovely.
So you have an idea at least of what this thing is, and you know more than likely you're not going to be able to.
Be friends.
Yeah, you're not going to be able to talk to it and be happy.
Oh god.
But you've seen it, so we're going to have everybody roll.
Initiative.
$13 plus 1 is 14.
12 plus 2, so 14.
Okay, sorry about that. You said 14.
14.
And what?
14.
14 also? Okay, I'll leave it up to
Twinsy.
you to decide which one of you two wants.
He has the higher initiative bonus.
Okay, so Gorthan would go before you then. But
Let me guess, it gets to go first. Oh no,
Well-
Karen.
I was about to say,
Karen.
Karen got the jump. So Karen was able to, like, because of your beast bond, that psychic connection,
Mhm.
you must have just, like, immediately let Karen in on the fact that this thing was there and it's fucking evil.
Like, no, fuck
Karen,
it.
what do you want me to do?
Fucking get rid of it.
Alright, so just attack.
Yep.
So again, you haven't trained Karen with skills.
Right.
You haven't trained her with like abilities yet or specific commands.
Yeah.
So kill.
Kill it!
Yep.
It's gonna kill us. I have to be properly overly dramatic about it. Over dramatic, but true.
So
If you know, you know.
to slither past.
Karen is the moment.
She really is.
Let's see, what's Karen's speed? 30 feet.
1,000,000 feet.
Press hook, boy.
She just flies over everything, don't you know?
Right.
Don't you know?
Karen would get right to about there, and then ready in action to where, like, if it comes in, so she's like, kind of coiling back and ready to strike if it comes closer to her.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
So, after that is the dust method, unfortunately for you guys.
Oh no.
Great.
Okay, I want, Karen is gonna have to make a DC 10 charisma save. Okay.
She probably has negative charisma
Yeah, I'm
considering
sure.
she doesn't talk.
Her charisma saving throw is -4.
Oh Jesus.
So go ahead and somebody roll a d20 and subtract 4 from it.
It's
And then
yeah, let's say
Karen's
it's yours.
charisma save.
You got this.
Oh, what the fuck? 18.
-4, 14.
14.
Okay. So the dust method's hands kind of move in this weird pattern, and it says some words that
Fucking
you guys
Doctor
don't
Strange
understand.
shit.
It tries to cast a spell, and you see this like aura around Karen's head for a moment,
Oh,
and
shit.
then it just dissipates.
Jesus fucking Christ.
I'm gonna have to kill Karen.
And the thing seems like irritated that whatever it was trying to do didn't work. Right.
Okay.
On your turn, if you want, you can make an Arcana check to try and identify the spell. But it takes
The action.
Action.
Okay.
Okay.
Can I make
So
Karma fucking do it? So that I don't
Next is Robin.
Robin, what happened? Does that work?
The method has to move. Okay. So it flies up 15 feet and then in 15 feet, like southeast.
Interesting.
Right? So I'm going to move it 15 feet, but just know that it's like 15 feet off the ground.
Fucking bastard. What the hell?
Now it is Robin's turn. Is Robin's not your familiar? It's just a beast bonded raven that you have.
Robin
Yes.
is the yes.
Karma is
is the familiar.
So, do you want Robin to do anything or just kind of keep an eye on this thing, make sure it doesn't lose track of it?
Pretty much.
Okay. Robin's not really super helpful other than inside. So Robin's gonna move in a little bit, and now we're at Gorthan.
All right.
We're a little far away still, so.
Gorthan's flipping through his book, trying to find something, and then all of a sudden there are certain words that just kind of light up red to him. And he reads it back and he casts Firebolt.
Very nice.
Love that.
It has
Is that a warlock spell?
it is, yep.
All right. So this weird, like this almost, you know, Gorthan is like blue,
Yeah.
right? He turns just like slightly pale, a little bit, almost imperceptible,
Mhm.
but almost like the blood is leaving his face as he casts a spell, as he casts a warlock spell.
So is he like a light blue then? Or just like
Yeah.
white?
Yeah,
You know,
he
like
goes
it
from
would look pale.
like that dark blue to just like a very light pale blue, baby
Okay.
blue.
Like, you know, if
Like
you,
baby blue, basically,
Kind of,
from
yeah.
that, whatever.
however it would work for a blue-skinned person when they lose the color in their face.
17 plus 2 to hit.
19.
19
Fuck
to
yeah.
hit. Fuck
What's
yeah.
the range on it, like 120 feet? or
Yes,
something like
sir.
that?
Hell yeah.
120 feet.
All right, so yeah, no, you definitely hit it.
Cool. So, as he's standing there with his book open, the kind of eldritch circle kind of bursts up from it, and he just kind of pushes forward, and a blast of fire bursts forward towards it.
Very nice.
And he hits 4 plus nothing. Oh wait,
Yeah,
that's hold on, wrong dice, wrong die.
I was about to say, I think that's a D10.
Yep.
You're supposed to be rolling.
D10. Let's actually roll the right dice. Damn it! Can I keep the other one?
Yeah.
2.
So you hit him with some fire.
Oh yeah, Gorthan.
Hell yeah!
So what's really cool, and as I read the stat block, there's this really cool thing that some enemies have
Oh no!
called vulnerability,
Oh, vulnerable. Okay.
right? Which means they take double damage from the source of the vulnerability.
Oh,
This thing just so happens to be vulnerable to fire.
fuck yeah!
Yes.
So
Fuck
it did
yeah.
do 2
Fuck
damage
yeah.
and 4 damage.
Awesome.
But it seemed to be more effective on this creature than you would assume it would generally be. You
Awesome.
can get that sense.
Hell yeah!
So yeah, you do 4 damage instead. And do you want to move?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and start moving closer to it.
Okay.
Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead and move my full 30. You got this, Oki.
You'll be moving just in past here.
So is anything on fire at this moment?
No. Because that creature isn't wearing anything flammable. And so no. But it is Oki's turn.
Oh, I don't want to do not that. I don't want to do that.
So I have a range on there of like 70 feet, and then add like 10 on top of that for the fact that it's up a little bit, and that's how far he is away from you right now. So like 8.
Okay. I can't do shit about fuck.
Got a bug?
You know, I have to build stuff. So I am going to just shoot my longbow at him. 13 plus 3 is 16.
That is a hit.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah, Oki.
So whatever this weird creature, this elemental made of dust and air, somehow something, like your arrow sinks into the core of it.
8 plus 1 is 9. Yeah.
We set it. Can we set the arrow? I don't have anything. Set it on fire.
I have control. All.
Not yet.
I have a
Alright.
cantrip.
You can make, I will allow you to like make flaming arrows, but you have to use magic to light them, because we all know from Mythbusters that if you shoot a flaming arrow,
It's gonna put itself out.
goes
Right.
But you did significant damage to this thing.
But I have Druidcraft, and one of the things is fire play, and I can light or snuff out a candle, a torch, or a campfire. So I would imagine.
That red dot that you see,
Yeah.
that is a
torch,
sconce
basically.
with a torch in it. It's just unlit.
So.
So you could cast that and create. You can only cast one, just for future reference. You can only cast one.
Sorry, guys.
So if it's a cantrip, can I make, in theory, karma light it?
Yes. Turn, she can start moving that way.
Yeah.
When she gets close enough, she can go over the spell.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll allow that.
Cool.
Even though it's not, like, because technically we're only supposed to allow, like, touch-based spells.
Yeah.
But if it's not combat, cool flavor.
Sweet.
I like that. Your fucking little cat that's made of smoke can, like, spin a little fucking...
Yeah.
And it like, lights the torch.
That's cool as fuck.
Yeah.
So yeah, Karma is gonna start moving in as well. Are you gonna move on top of your
Yeah.
shop? Okay. Do you wanna move your total 35?
Yes.
Alright, so that will also put you up next to Karen.
Yeah.
And then now,
Oh, could I roll it? Oh, that was a turn, wasn't it? If I wanted to roll Arcana.
yeah, because it takes an action to make that.
Yeah, it takes a full turn.
You can do it later after combat
Okay.
if you want to. Yeah, just kind of.
But then I'm gonna be fucked, but sure. Okay, remind me.
And so at that point, it is your giant badger's friend's turn. He has not been healed yet, so he's kind of hurt. Those weasels did it on him. But he's gonna kind of hang back.
Yeah.
He sees the
Oh,
thing.
yes.
Well, like he sees it because you have a psychic connection with him, right?
Yeah.
So like he sees this thing flying and he's just like, bring it to the ground.
Yeah.
It all said, and then he kind of like moves it.
Okay, fair enough.
Wish he was next to me. I'd just throw him at it.
But he does move to kind of cut it off.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like moving that way away from you guys. He kind of like moves in the direction that you're able to bring it down. You know, you're not rabid, but badgers don't give up. You know, funny badger.
Exactly.
Karen is the
Karen is definitely the moment.
So with that, we're back to the top of the order with Karen. So it is Karen's turn. Let's see here. Karen has a speed of 30 feet. And because she has a positive strength rating, it's actually pretty high.
Yeah.
Theoretically, she could, because it's only 15 feet in the air, she could jump
Jump up and
and try
try
and
to.
wrap.
Yeah, why not?
So
Yeah, let's do that.
Karen's gonna fucking slither forward and from the ground, like, and like launch at this thing and try and bite it.
Hell yeah.
So, go ahead and make a melee attack roll +4 for Karen.
It's a +4.
Mhm.
That was about to go off. 16 +4.
Fuck yeah.
Very nice. So, 1d8 +2 damage.
6 +2 is 8.
All right, so Karen is definitely moaning.
Yes.
Karen launches herself at this thing, like seeing where your arrow stuck in.
Mhm.
That's the spot she targets, and she's able to.
She's a smart
latch
little
onto
shit.
Something, and like as she starts pulling it to the ground, you see this like moving dust, and it has like this weird little face inside of it. It like and just puffs out and is dead. Karen kills this fucking thing.
Okay.
Yes. But it's an element, so when it dies, it just kind of like fizzles out. The energy that was keeping it here is now gone.
Okay.
If you want to make that Arcana check, you can.
It's absolutely crazy, Tony. We better get our reputation.
Yeah.
And now it's melting around, I swear to God. I'm gonna riot.
Who's better Arcana, me or you? Because we gotta figure out what the fuck just happened.
I have a +4 to my Arcana.
Go ahead
I
then.
mean, you can both roll it now that you're out of combat.
14.
Yeah, go ahead with that one.
Sleep.
The sleep.
It was
condition.
casting sleep on
Oh.
Karen, so it's trying to trying to make her
Um,
go to sleep so she couldn't take part.
Yeah, that, I mean, it's not, she's like, fuck
Yeah,
you.
but she was able to like shake it off.
fuck that.
I like that. There you go.
All right. So, with that said, you are now free to begin moving whichever direction you'd like. If you want to continue the way you were going, you'd be moving like to the east southeast.
It's like this way. I guess I can't
That
see it. Like that way. If I can ping. I want to let me ping. Damn it.
To the left of the screen.
There we go.
Oh yeah, do you want to go that way?
Yeah.
Jesus.
You were like,
I'm about to say, I couldn't figure out how to do it. Now I can't stop.
All right, so you guys want to go west.
Yep, we're gonna go just into there, see what the hell's going on.
I'm gonna reveal this because I meant to have that revealed.
I figured there was just something real creepy waiting for us right there.
So yeah, there's that path, or there's a path to the north. Like if you're going back in that direction.
I think we head.
Basically,
I think we head down that little path.
No, we go down the little path. Wrong
Yeah.
campaign.
But hold
We're
on,
not
so,
computer.
like when you get back into this like intersection area,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna reveal a little bit more, so you guys can kind of.
Is he railroading us?
The tape engine.
What's the range of your dark vision? 60 feet, or is it 120? I think it's 120.
I hope it's 120.
Pretty sure it's 120. Like
So
90%.
that's awesome. I can reveal a ton more. I'm gonna do the outline of this really first, and then I'll do the back.
Dark vision's only 60 feet for Okio and Star.
Is it?
Yep, only
Yeah.
60 feet.
Okay, so you guys can tell though that this chamber kind of like goes up.
It's just an empty chamber.
See to the north. Up here, you can see the body of a druid.
God damn, another
Another
one?
one?
Yes, and then to the right, you see the red dot. Oh, that's another sconce with a torch in. This one is broken.
Oh.
Perception check.
Yeah, literally.
You want to make a perception check?
I will make a perception.
Because I don't think a 5 is going to do anything.
So we're at 16.
Much better. Much better.
What about insight? No better than my perception. Is
I mean, if you
not
want to make an
fun.
insight check right now.
Can I also do insight though?
Okay.
18.
There we
plus
go.
3 for insight.
Okay, so the body and the broken sconce, generally, that would definitely indicate a battle happened here,
Okay.
right? And as you start to kind of look around, what were your perception checks?
My perception was 16.
Okay. So as you start to look around, you see hanging from the ceiling that there are 2 giant bats staring at you, watching you intently,
Oh, God.
wondering what you're going to do.
What the fuck
They
happened
don't,
here?
at this point, they don't know you've seen them. So they're just perfectly still watching you. And as you move through, you kind of catch like maybe a glint off of one of their eyes. And that's enough to where like they're up there. And what do you want to do with that knowledge? So I'm going to reveal them on the
Holy gamer.
Yeah, for real.
Definitely, Tony.
Fuck a bat. That's fucking just a flying fucking mouse at that point. Well, flying
make a
fucking
nature check.
rat at that point. I'm so fucking good.
I'm so good.
What am I rolling? Nature?
Nature, yep. Oh, no.
Did you roll a nat one? Did you
No.
nat one?
No, it was a 2.
Still.
So what'd you get?
So 2 plus 4 is 6.
Okay, so you, the basic amount of knowledge, you know that these are beasts.
I don't want to be their friend though.
You
There was a
know
druid.
that-
Do I know the druid?
No, it's too dark back.
Man, light. Why did it cast?
Yeah, that's why I was like, oh, your dark vision, 120 feet. When you said, no, it's only 60, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
man.
No.
So you can move in a little bit if you want to look.
Got me fucked up.
Take out these bats.
You do know that these things will not generally just attack on sight. They're more interested in like a convenient, easy meal. So like, if you guys had been more wounded, for instance,
Right.
maybe they would be attacking you. Or maybe you had rushed into that and they thought, oh, they don't see us, we can snag one of them.
Okay.
But they're holding their position. So you can decide whether you want to move in or whether you want to try to talk to them or whatever. But you do know that they definitely know you're
All right.
Do you first of all, do you say anything to Gordon? Do you tell him that?
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I tell him that shit. That's fucking shit.
Yeah, you like, what do you say?
I mean, realistically, okay, Oki's like walking through. She's got her edibles. She sees a glint, and so she's probably gonna be like, "Whoa!" and just kind of like stop real fast. And then she's gonna immediately look at Gorthan, and he's gonna be like, "What the fuck?"
What do you see? I look up.
At that moment, once you realize that, do you have dark vision?
I don't, but I have a light. Remember, I have my lantern.
Okay, cool. And so they seem to kind of like not want to come into the light because this is a very high chamber, like ceiling room, high
So-
ceiling chamber.
Do we want to just like walk on the edge and try to like be like, all right, y'all stay there? Like giant, we have there. You see like a giant spider outside. It's like, all right, you stay there. I'm gonna go over here. I'm
Well,
gonna be good.
wanna-
You're gonna be good.
I wanna investigate the druid.
Okay.
I want to know if I know them at least.
So do you want to try and like get these bats to fucking chill? Do you want to do anything to them beforehand, or do you just want to try and like? What do you want to do? What would Obi do in this situation?
They don't like light.
No, they will try and stay out of the light.
Gorthan starts flipping through his book, trying to find a spell that will help.
I can cast Moonbeam. It's a circle of the moon spell.
What does it do? Doesn't it
A
do
silvery
damage?
beam, huh?
Doesn't it do damage?
I mean, yeah.
Anyway, let me read that off.
A silvery beam of pale light shines down in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder centered on a point within range. Until the spell ends, dim light fills the cylinder, and you can take a magic action on later turns to move the cylinder up to 60 feet. When the cylinder appears, each creature in it makes a Constitution saving throw. On a failed save, a creature takes 2d10 radiant damage, and if the creature is shapeshifted as a result of the polymorph spell, for example, it reverts to its true form and can't shapeshift until it leaves the cylinder. On a successful save, a creature takes half as much damage only. A creature also makes the save when the spell's area moves into its space and when it enters the spell's area or ends its turn there. A creature makes the save only once per turn.
So you want to cast this like? Luckily, it's magic, so the fact that you can't see the sky doesn't. But
It's dark. It's in the darkness.
bringing light to the darkness.
Yeah. Hey Swift, is that you? But I'm gonna be like, yeah, moonbeam, and then just kind of cast
Like
it up.
You're gonna cast it like around them, basically.
Yeah.
And you're gonna attack them.
And I'm gonna attack them
All right.
as
so
I want to
We're
move.
gonna roll for initiative. Okay.
Talk to them, they know something. Like, what the fuck happened? 19 plus 1 is 20.
13 plus 2 is 15.
15 for Gorman, 20 for Okie?
Yes.
Very nice.
There we go.
Well, goddamn, everybody fucking rolled ridiculous.
Of course.
Karen goes first again.
Nice.
Karen's like on her shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, snakes can't really do much to bats when they're flying. So she's just kind of like, she's just delaying.
Okay.
Basically, she's waiting for a better target or target to kill itself.
Right.
So as it
So combat starts when Oki casts this spell.
Yeah.
So you have to roll for damage, and I need to make a Constitution save for both of them.
Yes.
All right. Con saves. Okay, that's probably I rolled a 7 and an 8. They have +0, so both of those
That's
should be
con
fixed.
13.
Yeah, so that they both fail.
Okay.
They take full damage.
So 2d10.
Yep.
Huh?
Keep more dice closer. How many dice sets do you have? And you had to reach for dice.
Well, I mean, I have a 10 over here, but I just reached over
I'm
there
just
so I could
shaving
grab
for
2. So I rolled a 6 and a 7.
So 13.
Yup.
So they each take 13 damage.
Oof.
Radiant damage, if that makes a difference.
It unfortunately doesn't, but they really, really don't like it. It's the fact that it's like radiant damage. But not only that, it also fucking just absolutely hurts.
I bet.
Tony, that's something that Oki's gonna have to make in her downtime as the leather bodysuit, and the light just reflects off of it.
There is actually, I believe it's an uncommon magic item.
Cool, where I'm
Called-
fucking stealing one when we get to the
Radiant-
next.
No, it's called Radiant whatever. And when you use its action, it creates a flash, a
Yep.
blinding flash.
Absolutely.
And blind creatures.
I need that. I need
That
it.
is an accident.
Sweet. This
So-
my flavor to it's gonna be that it's the lover bodysuit.
I love it.
All right, so that was basically what started combat,
Right.
right? Because they weren't hostile, you weren't hostile. You were like, fuck this. Did your spell.
Yeah.
Right?
What'd you do to this druid?
So now it is your turn.
I want to know.
You still have concentration on this spell.
Mhm.
They can only make the save once per turn. So you could move it if you want to, but if you like move it and then move it back onto them, they don't take damage.
Right.
If they move into it, so like if you move it off of them and they move into it, they'll take the damage. Or if they end their turn inside. of
No, I'm gonna keep it on them, but
Okay.
I'm gonna keep it on them, but I'm going to.
Just mute your mic.
No, I unmuted it.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, why are you getting all sneaky and shit? Let the audience know what you're doing.
I'm going to. Yeah, I want to leave that light on them, I guess. But I want to move it closer to the druid. I don't know where that is.
Up in the
Okay. So I want to move.
druid.
I want to move closer to the druid, but not like.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
That's
Okay. So I want to move like that way. Not towards them, but keep it on them.
so you want to move.
Yep, I want to check out this druid.
There. And then next it's karma.
Can't really do too much.
Right? Are there any, you said that light sconce was broken, so she can't light it. Is there another one around that she could light?
There's a torch laying on the floor, like right next to it.
Go for it then.
Okay. So she's gonna start moving in that.
Yep.
God, sorry guys, I gotta stop yawning. Whoa.
So she gets over there, and then you have to ready the spell. So it does take your action.
Okay.
So, you know, it may not be something you want to do in combat, but use that information.
True.
With that, giant bats. Turn. 10-foot radius for your moonbeam, right? 15.
5-foot radius.
So yeah, it was kind of like in between them. Where did you move it to? Where you wanted it to?
So it
Did you
was
see it?
in a 5-foot radius, 40-foot high cylinder, centered on a point within range.
So it hit both.
And so I imagine since I'm back, I'm just gonna kind of not necessarily move the light, but I've like moved.
Oh, gotcha.
To keep
so you're
it-
leaving the light where it's at.
Yes, in between both of them, because fuck them guys.
Alright, so now that you're hostile and they're hostile, um, is speed 60 feet. Alright, so 60 feet's there. Sorry for the people at home, I'm doing measurements. Super interesting shit.
Always.
Alright, so both of the bats are going to. I don't remove the overlay. Both of the bats are going to fly 120 feet trying to get the fuck out of here. They really didn't like that. That's what the light did. When the light actually damaged them, they were like, fuck this. We're out. So, I'm going to kind of let you guys like decide if you want to pursue or you're going to let them.
I think we just let them go. They weren't doing nothing.
We'll just blast their asses again if they come back.
Exactly.
So they fucking take off. You hear them flying right out, up and out of the cave, straight up.
Good.
They get out. One of the open hole, like, because remember, there's a bunch of like open holes in the ceiling, right? So the bats fly up and out. They're gone. You move forward, check this body, and you can very easily tell that it was not killed by the bats. It was killed. This person was bludgeoned to death. Like their head is like caved in.
What the fuck do I know this person?
Make a medicine check.
18 plus 3.
Yes, you do recognize this person. This is like the person that would be like third in line, right? So not
Okay.
like the leader.
So not Bran
right
and not
hand.
Aisling, but
The person right underneath them that they were trained,
okay.
right? So you would have known this person. You may not have had like a personal relationship, but you definitely have met this person a number of times.
Okay.
And you recognize like a pendant next to that, like you can tell, like I said, their head is, it's hard to tell who they are just by their face.
Right.
But the little bit of the face that you can tell along with like this brooch that person wore, you like move forward and you like swipe some blood out of the way and you can see this pendant.
Okay.
Like you could tell there was something underneath the blood, but it was like starting to harden.
Yeah.
And so you kind of like wipe it away and you see this brooch that they would use to like clasp off their scarf or whatever. So you do recognize this person. And so you can tell definitely that some time has passed, not weeks,
Yeah.
because decomp hasn't set in yet, but like days. A few days ago, so like somehow they lost communication with this place, and then a week or so passed, and then something must have happened.
Okay.
The battle that took place or whatever happened here. And that's where we're at for tonight.
Oof.
So,
And an FYI, their name's gonna be August.
August. So yes, you recognize August has been pretty brutal.
Okay.
Damn.
That sucks.
Unfortunate for August. But luckily for you, you haven't found your.
Right.
So we want to thank you guys for being
Everybody,
here.
thank
really
you.
appreciate it.
Thanks
We'll
for
be back.
hanging out with us and
We do
coming
want
back.
to make an announcement though that we are kind of changing up our format. We are switching to pre-recorded episodes so that we can kind of give a better audio experience, better video experience. And also we're going to be kind of changing up our content a little bit. We're going to be adding more content. Look forward in the future to us opening up a subscription service. We want to get a lot of stuff like ready to go so that, you know, we don't want people to join a subscription service and they're
Then have to wait
Exactly.
for a
Exactly.
bunch of stuff. We've got
Lots
a
of stuff.
lot of really cool
Yeah, like
ideas.
4
and
different campaigns.
I'm gonna GM a campaign. Rob's gonna GM a campaign.
Yep.
Audie's gonna GM a different campaign.
Mhm. We're also looking, if you are in the Muskegon area or in the nearby area and you'd like to join the joint committee, you can contact us on
Yep.
our website.
jointcommittee.tv. And there's all sorts of
web
forms.
Form on there. Just go ahead and send us a message.
Yep.
We're also going to be moving around to like local game stores and
Yep.
checking things out, putting up flyers and advertising more.
Yep.
We're kind of treating this as like the official launch
Yes.
of the joint committee.
And we will still be doing lives. What probably we said like once a month.
Yeah, and then but that'll
Yeah.
maybe kind of end up being more of just like a talk show where we actually just directly interact with the people watching.
The chat and
Chat on.
everything.
Yeah, where you can ask us questions.
We've
and we
also
can talk about
discussed
campaigns and
possibly
things like that.
us doing something that's set in Slosnia, but not necessarily Oki and Gorthan
Yep.
Mhm.
when we do those as well. So
And that will feature an expansion of the cast. We're not going to give any more details on that right now, but we do have something in the pipe that we think will reach a much wider audience also. Again, we want to thank everybody for being here. We really appreciate it. This whole thing has been just an absolute nightmare and dream and best dream ever all at once.
Yep.
We're learning so much, and you know, if it wasn't for you guys, we wouldn't have a reason to be here. So, really, seriously. appreciate you
and
guys.
boxes, surprise boxes are